So in the last video we looked at the last chapter of the book of Second Chronicles. So we are starting with another book, that's the book of Ezra. I hope that the lessons you learned from Second Chronicles, you have applied them to your life. That the lessons you have learned that they have touched your life, they have helped to draw you closer to God. So here in the first part of Ezra, so we'll consider chapter 1 and chapter 2 and look at some of the significant facts or significant lessons here in chapter 1 and chapter 2. So Cyrus, the king of Persia, made a decree that the Jewish slaves, the captives, that they should go back to their land, go and rebuild the city of Jerusalem, rebuild the temple. And while he was making the declaration, he also restored the vessels that Nebuchadnezzar carried from the temple. He restored those vessels, both vessels of gold, vessels of silver, and all of that. He restored them, all of them, to them. And then in chapter 2, Ezra took his time to give us a record of all the families of Israel, of Judah, that came back from the exile. And he mentioned that there were about 42,000 of them. There's about 42,300 and something of them. He also mentioned the number of singers, the number of their chariots, and all of that. So here we can see some facts, some lessons that are significant that we can learn for ourselves. Now, the decree made by Cyrus is a fulfillment of the prophecy that was made about 70 years ago. You know, God promised them that after 70 years that He will restore them. He will restore the Jews back to their land, that's in the land of Judah. And immediately the 70 years was complete, God stirred up the hearts of Cyrus to make that declaration. So you could imagine the kind of joy that would be in the hearts of the Jews when this declaration was made. Someone like Daniel, if you check the book of Daniel, part of his prayer was for God to restore them back to their land, and this is an answered prayer for him and some other persons who have been making that prayer. And then we notice that as they came back, that's in chapter 2, that they joined hands together to start rebuilding the temple. And then some of them brought gifts, brought materials. They brought